Assalamu alaikum students. After as you have read electrostatics, now after that in electrostatics we read actually first charged at rest. After that we are having the second unit which is as the current electricity, and in this very unit we are going to read when charges are in motion. Current electricity is simply the unit in which we are going to study when charges are in motion, that constitutes the electric current. So in current electricity, we are having the charge carriers, or you can say what I meant to say current carriers, current carriers. So electrostatics is the branch of physics in which we study the charge at rest, and current electricity is that very branch of physics in which we study the charges in motion. So current carriers, the charged particles which constitute the electric current. These are simply the charge carriers. Charge, or I have to say the charged particles, which constitute charged particles which constitute electric current are known as current carriers. So if we will take solids, there are current carriers, and in solids we are having three types. We are having we can have insulators, we can have semiconductors, we are having the conductors. Let's first take the solids. In salts like metals like copper, aluminum, we are having free electrons, free electrons as current carriers. These electrons which are present in the outermost shell, or you can say orbit of atoms, which are called as the valence electrons. So if I will pose here, this is an atom, this is the nucleus of atom, these are shells. The electrons present in the last shell, those are called as a valence shell. These are very much loosely bound towards the nucleus. Once they are loosely bound towards the nucleus, so these electrons can move about in the whole conductor and are known as these very electrons which are present in the lost shell are known as free electrons. Under the effect of external electric field, these free electrons move in the direction opposite to the direction of electric field. So thus free electrons or valence electrons are current carriers in conductors. So free electrons are the current carriers in case of in case of conductors. If we will take insulators, which all the electrons are tightly bound. In case of insulators, in solids we actually are having three groups. One is called as the conductor group, and it's called as the insulator group, and third is called as the semiconductor group. In case of the conductors, we are having free electrons. What are free electrons? Free electrons are the electrons which are present in the valence shell, the last shell, which are very least bound towards the nucleus. As a result of that one is the electric field is applied. Electric field means we are having the positive, then we are having this as a conductor here or device here. This is the positive, this is the negative, and in this very conductor there will be a movement of electrons like this. The direction of electric field is positive to negative, but the direction of electrons is opposite to the direction of electric field. So these free electrons constitute what? These constitutes the electric current. And in case of insulators, once you are going to take insulators are the materials in which these very electrons, all the electrons are tightly bound to the parent atoms. Hence, there are no free electrons. Hence, no current carrier. No current carrier. In case of insulators, no current carrier. But in case of semiconductors, we are having current carriers. Current carriers are both free electrons and holes. What a hole is a vacancy or deficiency of electron. It acts as a positive charge. So holes and electrons they act as the charge carriers or the current carriers. In case of what? In case of the semiconductors. If you will take the now liquids. In case of liquids, some liquids once electric current is passed through them, they then they dissociate into ions and they are called as electrolytes. For example, if you are having copper sulfate, once electric current is passed through this very copper sulfate, what happens? Then it gives us Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus. So these are the carriers in case of the liquids. If you are having AgNO3, silver nitrate, once you are going to have this very, it will become as Ag plus NO3 minus. So these are then carriers. Cu2 plus, this is the charge carrier. And once electric field is applied to that very liquid, to that very electrolyte, as I'm saying, we are having some liquids which allow electric current to pass through them. And then they dissociate. Then they break up into these. For example, we are in copper sulfate. Once electric current is passed through it, it breaks into Cu2 plus and SO4 2 minus. Then these very ions, now I will say these as ions, this is called as the cation, this is called as the anion. Once the positive ion and the negative ion, once electric current is applied, you have to say now electric field is applied, then the positive and negative ions are the current carriers in liquid. These are the current carriers. These are going to move in their different directions. And in case of gases, if we will take gases are generally as insulators. Generally as insulators, but get ionized and become conductor at but gets ionized but get ionized at low pressure. Generally as insulator but get ionized at low pressure when high potential difference is applied. Generally you are going to see this air is a bad conductor as it's a gas, it's a mixture of gases. It's a bad conductor of electricity, but once lightning takes place it then becomes conducting, because in lightning there is a huge electric field. And as a result of that there is not only possibility, there actually becomes the positive ions and the electrons. As a result of then they are then able to carry the charge. So simply we have read about the current carriers. Current carriers are the charged particles which called electric current. We are having the solids. In solids we can have conductors in which there are free electrons. Those are the electrons which are least bound towards the nucleus and they are able to carry the current in case of the solids, in case of the conductors. In case of insulators we don't have any current carrier. In case of semiconductors we are having the charge carriers as both electrons as well as holes. If we take liquid like copper sulfate, once electric current is passed through them, it gets dissociated. It's called as then electrolyte. It gets dissociated into Cu2 plus and SO4 minus, and it becomes cation and anion, and these cation and anions then move to the respective electrodes. And generally gases are insulated, but once high electric field is applied at low pressure, there is formation of charge carriers which call through the current. This is all for today. Tomorrow will be with another lecture of current electricity. Till then, Allah Hafiz.